Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the official weigh-in ahead of tomorrow night's ESPN Africa Boxing 23 fight card. And it's proudly presented by ESPN in association with Play.coza and Kuru.co.za. This is the 12th weigh-in of the year 2022, and tomorrow night's production is going to be our 12th of the year for 2022. What a massive year it has been for boxing on the African continent. And tomorrow night it goes live from 7 p.m. Central African time on ESPN and SABC Sports. Well, without further ado, let's get stuck into the business of the day. Opening us up tomorrow night on the undercard, a 4-rounder international welterweight contest. Please welcome first to the scales with a record of 1 win and no losses. That win came by way of knockout. He fights out of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Aaron Muteba. The upper limit of the welterweight division, 66.68 kilograms or less, is what we're looking for on the scale. 66.15 kilograms for Aaron Muteba. And his opponent, fighting out of Johannesburg, South Africa, with a record of 1 win and 1 loss. That 1 win came by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the scales, Pumelelo Tele. $65.90 kilograms for Pumelelo Tele. As the two fighters face off tomorrow night, they are kicking us off in the undercard, 4 rounds international welterweight contest. Opening us up from 7 p.m. on our main televised card, it's a ladies' bout in the bantamweight division to go a distance of 8 rounds. Please welcome first to the scales with a professional record of 11 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws, 7 wins come by way of knockout. She's the reigning IBF Africa bantamweight champion, fighting out of Lilongwe in Malawi. Please welcome the Tigress, Ellen Simwaka. $53.52 or less. 53.40 kilograms within the weight limit for Ellen Simwaka. And her opponents with a record of 7 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws, 3 wins come by way of knockout. She fights out of the Eastern Cape in South Africa. Please welcome Asandiswa Ngokwana. $52.95 kilograms within the weight limit as the two ladies face off. 8 rounds in the bantamweight division. Fighting out of Lilongwe, Malawi, Ellen Simwaka. And fighting out of South Africa, Asandiswa Ngokwana. Moving on to an international middleweight, junior middleweight contest over a distance of 8 rounds. Coming to the scales first with a record of 7 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. 4 wins come by way of knockout. Fighting out of Lubumbashi by way of Kolwezi in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Jacques Shikubu Mufu. The numbers in the junior middleweight division, 69.85 or less. 69.50 kilograms for Jacques Shikubu Mufud. And fighting him out of South Africa with a professional record, 6 wins and no losses. 4 of those wins come by way of knockout. Representing Aberge by way of Johannesburg, South Africa. Please welcome to the scales, the destroyer, Darren Rousseau. $69.65 kilograms for Darren Rousseau as the two fighters face off ahead of 8 rounds of action, an international junior middleweight contest. Fighting out of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Jacques Shikubu Mufud up against South Africa's Darren the Destroyer Rousseau. Third from last tomorrow night, a super middleweight battle over 8 rounds. Introducing to you first with a record of 13 wins, 2 losses and a single draw. 12 of those 13 wins come by way of knockout. He fights out of Mbujimai, Democratic Republic of the Congo. Please welcome to the scales, the Panther, Patrick Mukala. The numbers in the super middleweight division, 76.2 kilograms or less. Slightly overweight, 76.05 kilograms. He'll have an hour to report back to the scales to make the division. Without further ado, let's go on to his opponents. With a professional record of 14 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw. 4 of those wins come by way of knockout. Hailing from Mdansani in the Eastern Cape, please welcome to the scales, fighting out of South Africa, Younger Petani. $75.20 kilograms for Younger Petani as the two fighters face off ahead of tomorrow night's action. 8 rounds in the super middleweight division. Fighting out of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Patrick Mukala. And he's up against South Africa's Younger Petani. And now moving on to our co-main event of tomorrow night's fight card, Africa Boxing 23 by ESPN. The catch weight is 51.5 kilograms. And introducing to the scales first, with a record of 19 wins, 9 losses, 2 draws. 6 of those 19 wins come by way of knockout. He fights out of Mdansani in the Eastern Cape. Please welcome Tembelani Ngoshe. $51.30 kilograms for Tembelani Ngoshe. And now for his opponents, with a professional record of 16 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. 8 wins come by way of knockout. He fights out of Johannesburg, South Africa, and is the former IBF mini flyweight champion of the world. Please welcome to the scales, DJ Creel. $51.35 kilograms As the two fighters face off in our co-main event for tomorrow night, 8 rounds, catch weight of 51.5 kilograms. Fighting of him, Dunsani in the Eastern Cape, Timberlane Ngoshe, and he's up against Johannesburg's DJ Creel. At this point, I'd like to thank Hlokso Ramachole, our tireless supervisor for Boxing South Africa, who's taken charge in all 12 of our events this year. Thank you very much for overseeing this weigh-in. And I now turn my attention on to Andre de Vries, the supervisor of the International Boxing Federation. And that is because our main event tomorrow night is 12 rounds of action for the IBF International Junior Middleweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first to the scales with a professional record of 16 wins, 3 losses, and a single draw. 8 wins come by way of knockout. He fights out of Gurugram in India. Please welcome Shiva Jadboy Thakran. 69.85 kilograms or less is what we're looking for. 69.6 kilograms for Shiva Thakran. And his opponent coming to the scales is the reigning IBF International Junior Middleweight Champion with a professional record of 16 wins and a single loss. All 16 wins come by way of knockout. He fights out of Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Please welcome Emani, the General Kalombo. $69.85 or less is what we are looking for. $69.55 kilograms for Emani Kalombo. As the two fighters face off ahead of our main event tomorrow night, 12 rounds of action for the IBF International Super Junior Middleweight Contest. Fighting out of India, Shiva Jadboy Thakran up against the DRC's Emani, the General Kalombo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that brings to a close our 12th weigh-in of 2022. Here is the important information. We go live tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central African Time on ESPN and SABC Sport. We'll see you tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much and goodbye.